Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 16th to the 22nd, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, which gets it seen by more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. You guys are absolutely amazing. And as always, Virgo, the cards will tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. Let's begin. All right, so these cards just flew right out saying, look at me, look at me. So let's see what they have to say. So we are crowned here with the Tower. So this is an intense week. Just know it doesn't mean that it has to be bad, right? The Tower doesn't mean that it has to be bad. It means that it's intense. That the way that we have seen things, the way that we want things to go isn't necessarily the way that they are going to go. We're going to have kind of like our mind blown a little bit. It's like, whoa, I never thought of it that way, or I never looked at it like that. So the Tower comes in just meaning, hey, pay attention. This is going to be intense. This is going to be powerful. It can be really great changes. It can be, new job opportunities. It can be getting promotions. It can be, falling in love. It can be, having children. It can be all these great things, but it changes the way you see the world and it changes the way you see yourself. So just being aware of this is going to be super, super important. And then brings us to the Queen of Swords reverse. So we can be in our own head just a little bit too much right now. We can be overthinking, overanalyzing, really kind of getting in our own way, tripping ourselves up. So just be mindful about this during this time. With the Queen of Air, this is also air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We can be not having the best of time with air sign energy. If we have air sign energy in our chart, Virgo, if we are born on the cusp with Libra, we can find that part of our personality is coming out, but it's really tripping us up. It's really being annoying. So just be aware of that. And then leads us to the Hierophant. This is very strong Taurus energy, time frame April 20th to May 20th. If we have Taurus in our chart, if we have Taurus in our life, this comes through very positively. And this is really, finding our place, knowing what we desire, knowing what we want. This can also be a time where we sit there and it's like, okay, I'm going to be really bad at things before I'm really good at things. And it's giving yourself permission to learn. It's giving yourself permission to transform and to grow. And that's going to be really important. Actually, that's a really important lesson to learn and something that is astoundingly hard. With the Three of Cups, there are people who celebrate you. There are people who raise their glass to you, Virgo, who want to see you achieve, who want to see you succeed. And we need to be focusing on those people. We can be really focusing on the people in our lives that will never really approve of us, never really see us, never really understand us. And we tend to, as human beings, like, oh, I want to win them over. Why does it matter? It's going to be a waste of energy. So just being aware of this is going to be super important. And then brings us to the Two of Wands reversed. Now, the Two of Wands reversed is going to be doors closing. So there are going to be certain ways you think that this time is going to move you forward. You think like, oh, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. And you're going to be surprised. Doors are going to close. Certain ideas that you had, you're going to be like, let me rethink this. Let me look at this a different way. Don't be discouraged. It's just like, okay, things are going to be changing. I'm not surprised to see the Chariot reversed at all. This is Cancer energy, time frame June 21st to July 22nd. Emotions are really intense during this time. Now, if you have Cancer energy in your chart, if you have Cancer energy in your life, this can be really, really hard. So just be aware of this. The reallys were in there for a reason because it's like emotionally feeling too much, being overwhelmed. We can also find that we can have, our car breakdown. We can have trouble with travel during this time. So just being aware of this, giving yourself extra time when you need to be someplace is going to be very important. It's actually going to be very beneficial. And then we have here temptation. And temptation reverse is the devil. This is Capricorn energy, time frame December 22nd to January 19th. And the devil reverse is stepping out or becoming aware of negative traits that we have within ourselves or control traits that we have within ourselves that are like they're addictions. They just are. And it's like, well, how is this serving me? Like, how am I moving forward? Where is it that I want to be? So being aware of this with temptation is going to be certain. It's certainly important, but it's going to be also very freeing. When we look at things with the devil coming into play, the devil, Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is top down structure. It has to be just so. It has to be, just like this, just like that. And we can find that we actually want things to be a little bit messy and a little bit chaotic. Is that going to annoy us? Yes, it is. Virgo, it really is. But there's something here where it's like, what if we just turn it all on its head? And we do have to be mindful about that mentality coming forward, because it can make our week harder. It just can. It can make the way that we look at things a little bit more challenging. So just being aware of that is going to be super important during this time. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. This is compassion. Moving forward in compassion for ourselves, moving forward in compassion for our world, for what we want to develop, how we want things to move forward. That is going to be really important for us. And showing ourselves compassion, showing the world compassion is something that we have to remind ourselves to do. It's like, hey, let me be my own best friend. Let me be my own cheerleader. Let me be compassionate towards me as I'm on this journey. And each day we wake up, it's a new adventure. We've never lived this day before. So honoring ourselves and seeing ourselves is going to be really important. And saying, I'm allowed to be new at things. I'm allowed to transform. I'm allowed to grow. It brings us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is divine wisdom. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And this is wisdom guiding us, opening the doors for us, leading us forward. We are going to have times of knowing during this time, Virgo. And it's going to be an intuition. It's going to be a greater understanding. It is helping us to move forward in a direction that we never imagined we could. And that's going to be one of the reasons why doors are closing on us, because we have this map in our mind. It's like, it has to be just like this. And Spirit's like, are you ready to be on an absolutely amazing ride? Like, are you ready for things to transform and change and open and be guided forward in ways that you had never imagined you could? It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is Sir Nunos. This is the devil energy. So we have the devil reverse, but again, the devil is just tricky, right? The devil is a conglomeration of chaos gods. We want to control the chaos. And so when we're trying to control the chaos of the world, sometimes we can choose, traditional, addictions to try and obliterate, no, that's not the right word, try to get rid of the chaos, try to escape the chaos. So here with Sir Nunus, just be very mindful and be very mindful that every action has a positive and negative reaction. And this is going to be a time where we might really want to say, darn the consequences. I'm just moving forward. I'm just going after XYZ. I'm just being careless. I'm just, and Spirit's like, hey, listen, don't be caught up with keeping everything in just absolute precise order, but see yourself, see what you want, and know that your actions matter. Because sometimes we can think, it just doesn't matter anymore. And it does. And I don't know who needs to hear that, Virgo, but I do know somebody needs to, where it's like, no, I still do have a say in my world. I'm not falling down the rabbit hole into oblivion. The Tower, we are going through a profound change. This is not going to be the easiest week. It's not necessarily going to be hard, but it is going to push our way of seeing things, push our understanding of things in a way that we hadn't anticipated. And we're going to be hypercritical on ourselves. So just be mindful about that, because the swords, whenever we have the court cards of the swords reversed, that's never like, oh, it's going to be an easy time. It's like, nope, we're going to be hypercritical about ourselves. We're going to be, anxiety riddled at times, overthinking it, overanalyzing it. And it's going to be really important to say, screw it, I get to be me. Screw it, I get to see how I'm moving forward, how I'm going after what I want, how I'm opening up the door. We can spend this whole entire time overthinking everything so that we just don't act. So we stay in this place of inertia. And that's not going to help us at all. With the Hierophant, this is taking our power. This is knowing kind of where we belong. It's kind of like saying, well, this doesn't fit, but this fits. I don't understand this, but I understand this. And by doing so, we're weeding out what doesn't work for us, and we're really embracing what does. With the Three of Cups, you are celebrated and you are loved. And this is going to be a time to say, connect with those who celebrate and love you. And with anybody or everybody else, it's like, okay, go on your journey, be on your way, but I am living in celebration of my life and myself. With the Two of Wands, again, doors are closing. And we can be very upset about this. This is the way I want it to be. But remember with the Tower here, the way we want it to be is not necessarily the way it's going to be. We're going to find trials and tribulations and intensities coming forward and opening up our mind and opening up ourselves in ways that we hadn't imagined it could. But some of the preconceived notions that we had, some of the ways that we thought it should be, it's not going to be. And that's going to be okay, or it has to be okay, because that's the way it is. And with the Chariot reverse, don't let your emotions get the best of you, and don't let other people's emotions, Virgo, get the best of you as well, meaning that their emotions are so big and so all encompassing and so intense that they get to take over everything. It's like, no. And same with your own emotions here, Virgo. Do not let yourself, just be overrun. It's going to be really important to take the reins, but it feels like at times the reins are slipping, and we can need to ask for help. We could have to talk to somebody. We could have a spiritual advisor. We could have, a friend, a person that we talk to. Hey, you can be getting a reading, right? If you want to, it's linked in the description box below. But here, there is the sense of everything is intense. Things are chaotic. I need to see me. And it's going to be hard at times here, Virgo, to see ourselves. So just be aware of this. With Temptation reverse, the devil's in the details. We're going to be looking at things, and we're not going to feel like addiction, doubt, fear, chaos is holding the chains of our life. We're releasing them, but we're also saying to ourselves, okay, what is it? What is it that I do that is causing harm to my life? That is stopping me from living to my abundance and to my joy. And if you're saying nothing, then that's fantastic. But I know from me, myself, I'll use myself as an example. I worry. I worry that I've made a fool of myself. I worry about the things that I say. I overthink it. I overanalyze it. And it's like, that's my addiction, right? It doesn't have to be, oh, it's an addiction to, the traditional things. It can be, oh, I just, am hypercritical about me. So here it's like, let it go, which is really easy to say and really hard to do. So during this time, Virgo, it doesn't matter what it is that we hyperfixate on. What matters is that we kind of call ourselves out and say, is it adding to my life, or is it ruining things? Is it adding to my joy, or is it taking away from it? And that's going to be really important. It moves us then to our spirit message. Our subconscious spirit message is create. We're having a hard time creating. Because why? We want everything to be perfect. We're going to say, oh, when it's perfect, I will create, I will cultivate. But it's like seeing ourselves and seeing what we desire and saying, okay, I'm opening the door to me. And that's going to be important. That's also embracing the Hierophant. Hierophant, it's very funny because the Hierophant is the Pope in the Major Arcana, right? In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And and the Pope is order and control, and these are the rules type of thing. But it's number 5, and 5 is a freedom number. So it's very interesting that we find freedom within a set of rules of existence. It doesn't have to be the conventional set of rules, but we are looking at things and we're finding freedom in a path we are surprised that we are walking down. It moves us to our chakra message, and this is holistic health. It's one of my favorite chakra cards. It's the root chakra, and it's saying, listen to your body and take care of you. You matter. It doesn't matter if anybody else gets it. It doesn't matter if anybody else understands. To embrace the holistic health, the healing of you is going to be of the utmost importance subconsciously, but also consciously during this time, Virgo. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Prince of Wands. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is intensity, okay? Whenever we have the nights, they are always intense. They're the ones that go off and do and charge forward, and it's just like, let's get it done. With a fire sign, okay? it heightens the intensity. This can be a very hot-headed person. This can be a person with a very manipulative temper. So do be mindful about this. We're going to be charging forward during this time, and our temper can get the best of us. We need to rein it in for our own stability, security, and abundance. So again, being aware of this is going to be super important. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is a wish being granted. So know during this time, even though there's the chaos, even though there's intensity, even though we have the tower and the devil's shown up a couple of times, uh, a soul's wish, not a soul's wish, a personal wish is being granted. And you're connecting with your soul more and more because of this. You're going to see little things starting to align, and it renews your hope, it renews your faith, it renews your connection with the universe. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Virgo, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.